Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dalaran, and in today's video, I'm going to give you guys a rundown of everything that happened new with Demon Hunters this update. For a bit, I've been wanting for Demon Hunters to get more depth in their playstyle. I don't think this is going to be an update for that. However, there are going to be certain traits that you have had in BFA that are making a return, as well as certain talents, one new and one getting reorganized. So in this video, I simply wanted to cover all the changes that Demon Hunters have gotten with this recent update for the beta. So for Demon Hunters, I want to go over first of the all new abilities that have been added, and this seems to be a Havoc as well as a Vengeance Demon Hunter change. So we'll just do this very quickly. So first of all, when it comes to the basic abilities, one passive have been added to Demon Hunters. And this passive, I actually have no idea where to find it. I don't see it, but it should be here. And it's called Furious Gaze. Does it actually apply with your I-beam? Is it baked into some other talent somewhere? Am I just not aware? Am I blind? I swear I saw Furious Gaze the other time. It's somewhere as a rank ability, I believe. Okay, let me try using Demon Hunter I-beam. So when Demon Hunter I-beam finished challenge, it should give you a haste buff. There it is, Furious Gaze. Haste increased by 10%. Is that actually baked anywhere? It doesn't actually look like it's a tooltip anywhere, but if you were to get on like a level 50 Demon Hunter, you would see this ability. So Furious Gaze has returned as a Demon Hunter passive. So Furious Gaze right now on the beta says it'll give you your haste is increased by 79 for 12 seconds. Oh, I hope it's not 79. I think it's supposed to be 10% increase after you channel I-beam. So let's see if it actually shows up as a 10% increase on here. No, it actually is increased by 10. So I think it's supposed to be 10%, not literally 10, because increasing your haste by 10 seems very, very low. Like, as it's gonna fall off, you're gonna go from a... Whoa, it is 10%. Okay, so it doesn't say it on tooltip, but it is actually 10% increase because I had a 15% increase with a 4. Wait, why is it 15? I guess maybe it added 10 point some number. Okay, let me do it again. I-beam while in meta, right? Take off meta. We can't take off meta. So meta gives you a bit of haste too. So we'll just wait until meta falls off. So meta falls off, we're down to 15. 15% haste. This says it gives us 10 haste. But as soon as that falls off, 4. So this is a 10% haste buff. It just doesn't reflect it in tooltip. And right now on abilities, I don't think there's a passive anywhere in my looking at it very, very carefully right now from these passives. I don't think it says it anywhere. I mean, why would it say it in Demon's Bite? Why would it say it in Disrupt and stuff like that, right? It doesn't make any sense. But yeah, it doesn't seem to say it anywhere else. Yeah, so Furious Gaze has returned for Demon Hunters for Havoc. And it looks like Revel in Pain has returned to the other specs of Vengeance. And I think you might actually be able to see it here. Revel in Pain. So Revel in Pain, what is that ability name actually? Duration of Firebrand is increased by a couple seconds. Is there a Firebrand? Ability change. Firebrand, rank 2, deals 51 damage over 2 seconds. It doesn't look like there's anything here. Maybe if I'll be able to see it once I swap to Vengeance. It's actually interesting that I can see a bunch of ranks for abilities on like the tank spec. But as soon as I swap to the tank spec, I stop seeing all those ranks. I guess they kind of... Oh, there it is, Relevant Pain. Duration of Firebrand is increased by 2,000 seconds. There's no way. Hold on. Firebrand, there it is. Okay, it's not 2,000 seconds. I think it's 2, maybe. So maybe this goes from like 8 seconds to 10 seconds duration, and I believe this was a trait in BFA to give this ability a little bit more longevity, where Firebrand would normally be an ability as like a defensive against a singular target, making them do 40% less damage to you while the brand is on them, which is a very interesting defensive ability. But that seems to be the 2 passives that have been added to Demon Hunters, so this is kind of cool. I think the Furious Gaze playstyle from BFA is a nice playstyle that promotes you getting the full I-beam and maximizing most of your damage during your I-beam. It's synergized really well with Demonic because in Demonic you'll have all the extra haste. The reason for you to channel your I-beam fully, I guess you would normally do it for the damage because it does do quite a bit of damage. But the extra haste that it gives you, I think is good because it speeds up playstyle. And so many Demon Hunters had that baked as part of their traits, making it a primary trait for you to have. I don't think that this current version of Furious Gaze is as good as the one in BFA, because in BFA as a trait you would stack it like 3 times, so you would get a lot of haste, ton of haste. So this isn't going to be quite the same amount of haste, but 10% more haste is less haste for you to maybe get in gear. So as a demon hunter you might end up getting more versatility, more critical strike from stats, and maybe not as much haste because you'll have a 10% baseline haste every time you're able to hit I-beam. This also helps a ton because, well, with Metamorphosis for Demon Hunters, if I can find which one, I guess it will be a class ability technically. It's just so little bit. I wish it would just add more abilities, like so many cool ideas with a class that's literally all about flying. But with Metamorphosis, when you pop into meta, you refresh the cooldown of I-beam and Blade Dance. So in the opener, you can try to get yourself an I-beam into a meta, and then I-beam again. And I wonder if that can extend the duration of your Furious Gaze. Let's actually find out if it can give you a longer duration. So the normal duration of Furious Gaze would be after we finish it, it's 11 seconds. So I'll pop in here. Oh, it does extend it. Oh, okay. So this is something you can do as a Demon Hunter. Have a slightly longer extended Furious Gaze. And now this makes the talent of Cycle of Hatred actually a lot stronger, because you can get your I-beam back a little bit faster if you're lucky on the proc chances. But like, I'm actually going to be able to get Furious Gaze out, I-beam, I get Furious Gaze back in, and I think it looks like for most of the Metamorphosis actually have Furious Gaze. If I can get a little bit lucky with Cycle of Hatred, I think I'll be in a really good spot if I get lucky. And I'm not really getting lucky. Okay, so this is at least kind of a nice thing added to Demon Hunters. I think it's going to be kind of cool. 10% haste isn't going to be a big game changer, I think, by no measure. But it's better having it than not having it, in my opinion. Yeah, I like it. And right now, Demonic actually did not extend my duration of meta. Is there like a cap? I would guess that there's some sort of internal cap most likely with it. At least I would guess that there is. Yeah, I'm not using my abilities properly here either. I'm just mostly just trying to see how often and how much can I get my I-beam rolling here as a Demon Hunter. But this is cool. I like this change. I think it's nice. It's a quaint little change. I like it. Then we also got a couple new talents added to Demon Hunter. So as of this build, Revel in Pain will be learned level 56, Furious Gaze learned 58. In place of Nemesis, there is Fell Barrage. So now in level 50 row, we have a slightly changed talent system, or talent abilities. You have Demonic, which gives you Metamorphosis, and all the buffs that Metamorphosis gives you for 6 seconds. So Annihilates, it gives you the improved Blade Dance with Dodge, and all that haste, and Leech if you go Soul Rending. Then Momentum, which not a lot of you guys are a fan of. Fell Rush increases your damage done by 15% for 6 seconds. Eventual retreat cooldown is reduced by 5 seconds and generates 80 fury over 7 seconds. So this would be a way for you to do like single target, but also AOE damage. And Momentum is just an amp to give you more damage that can also be used for single target or AOE. And where for all Fell Barrage sits right now, normally there would be Nemesis. And I think that's why they took out Nemesis, because it technically has a bit of this cleave component. If you put Nemesis on the enemy, it's kind of like a Rogue Vendetta. You'll just do more damage to that person. If that person dies while Nemesis was on him, then every enemy of that similar type, like humanoids, beasts, demons, when Nemesis goes falls away, then you'll get the buff to do extra damage to that type of enemy for, I think, the same duration as Nemesis, so like a minute. Or for the remaining duration. Okay, so you have about a minute. Let's say you kill the enemy in 20 seconds. And so for the next 40 seconds, you do extra damage to the enemy of same type as the one you killed with Nemesis. So I guess that does have some cleave capability to give you extra damage to those targets, whether it's one target or whether it's multiple. But I guess it was maybe too strong or maybe too weak. So then Blizzard took Barrage in here, Fell Barrage, which has this single target effect to it, but also has this cleave element to it. And a far shorter cooldown. I don't really know if this is a buff or a nerf for Demon Hunters. To be honest, I actually have no idea. Is Barrage that... Because I know this is a good ability for AoE. Does it have like AoE cap? 5 enemies, so it does have an AoE cap now. But I think they actually made the damage a little bit better than single target. Maybe in PvP it won't be good, but in PvE it could actually be quite good. They'll Fell Barrage into a single enemy and it does quite a lot of damage. I mean, this is quite a bit of damage to a single enemy. So I guess how bad could it be is what I'm trying to say. But is it bad? Is it good? I don't really know. I don't have enough experience with a Demon Hunter to tell you if this is like a buff or if this is a nerf, really. It does a little bit of damage, and you can... Where is it, actually? Is it gone? Wait, where did my damage for my Fel Barrage go? Is it because of I-beam? Did I like reset the I think, was it? What's going on? Where's the damage? It's like, I think it got reset or something because I I-beamed it. I don't really know. But is the damage going to be good or not? I guess time will tell. But it is an ability on 1 minute cooldown. And it also does give you opportunity to have Fel Barrage and Unbound Chaos. Or Fel Barrage and Trail of Ruin. So if you think about it from an AoE perspective, you can play Trail of Ruin into Demonic, but you can also play Trail of Ruin into Fel Barrage. So in an AoE combination, Unbound Chaos together with Fel Barrage, that's some burst. 3,500 chaos damage plus 4,000 on top of it, 7,000 in like a global and then like a 3-second channel. That's pretty good. Or the constant uptime of that chaos damage over 4 seconds of Trail of Ruin, that could be pretty good too. And also, now in level 30, they added a brand new ability called Glaive Tempest, which is very interesting because you know what this is? When I use it, what does it remind you of? Legion Demon Hunters, what does it remind you of? It's kind of similar to your artifact ability in Legion. I think mine is the explosion effect at the end. But you launch 2 demonic glaives in a whirlwind of energy that cause a bunch of chaos damage over 3 seconds to 5 nearby enemies on a 19-second cooldown that does cause fury. So this is another way for Demon Hunters to do AoE damage. Again, one of those abilities that have a little bit of this cleave element and single target element, as you'll most likely use it in a boss fight as well, just because of the amount of raw damage it can do. And I think it's one of the benefits of Demon Hunters is how so many abilities have like a cleave element, but you'll still use in a single target. So look how much damage this does. It actually is quite good. Okay, on a single target. I gotta try on a single target. I wish the train dummies maybe they had like a big boss train dummy here that doesn't hit your back. I think the Venthyr Covenant is the only one that doesn't have like a variety of train dummies. There's 3 lined up here, but they don't have like a clump of train dummies. They don't have one that hits the tank back or anything like that. So I wonder if that's some purpose like that. But with a single use of this ability, I mean, look at the damage it does. 3,500 with crits and hits, of course, to one singular enemy. So imagine combining this together with Fel Barrage. I can actually drop one and use the other. Wait, the combo together could be huge. Wait, okay, let's do this. Let's get ourselves haste buff. Right, we'll go in I-beam into throw these glaives, and then we'll go for big barrage. Oh, that's so strong. Well, it's moderately strong. It's pretty good, I'd say. It's pretty decent. With haste, the reason I would go for haste is because you're able to, I think, get the more hits from Fel Barrage or channel it faster. I can't remember which one that it functions with. And hey, with a 19-second cooldown affected by haste, Glaive Tempest now is something that could be used together for a Demon Hunter from time to time. Like if you have a little bit of this, like a burst situation, the enemy stop moving for a second. All right, let me get a bunch of value into them. It's weird that a Demon Hunter is basically getting like a blizzard effect into, like little Mage's blizzard effect into its toolkit from Talons, because let's say I'm a tank, right? And I'm gonna be, I don't know, actually I wish I had like a pet following me or something. But let's say if I'm this priest is a boss and I'm a Demon Hunter and I drop Glaive on them, as long as it stands still, this is great. As long as it stands still, this is great. Let me see if I get haste buff, does this reduce some cooldown? Oh, it does by 2 seconds. Okay, so I guess you would want to try to use this while inside a metamorphosis to increase the cooldown as best you can. But let's say I try to use these glaives on on this warlock, right? He's running. I try to drop these glaives. Okay, I wish he didn't stop there. I wish he just kept moving. But let's say what I'm trying to say is the boss can move the tank can move the bosses out of your glaives. So I think that could be kind of annoying in dungeon situations or in raid situations where it's like, okay, well I gotta make sure that the boss isn't gonna move. Drop my glaives to get the full value. Because if the tank moves the boss out of the glaives, then you lose that value. So that'll be an interesting thing for Demon Hunters to decide. I think in dungeons, this seems like a really strong option when you want burst cooldown. With Fel Barrage together, I mean, I think they're just trying to make AoE even better for Demon Hunter in a way. I guess Momentum buffs the damage of your other abilities. Demonic can buff the damage of your abilities or give you like that dodge effectiveness or the leech or the haste, which can improve certain abilities. But I guess maybe they felt that Demonic together with Fel Barrage maybe was too strong with the haste that it gave. Or maybe the constant combo of those. Maybe that's where they put Fel Barrage here. But I guess in the response to the changes, I think they actually made a very interesting AoE row with a passive and then one that's like a combo ability with a pretty big payoff. and then they have an ability that can be kind of put up intermittently with quite a bit of damage. So Unbound Chaos has the biggest amount of damage to it, but probably because it has the biggest tie of Immolation Aura and Fel Rush together, so you're not always going to be able to have both of these lined up. Plus there's a little bit of an aiming element to it when you have Aura and then Charge, and then Demon comes up and does AoE. Did he miss? He actually did do the damage to, I think, both enemies. But you saw he was like behind a little bit, right? He was like in the back for a second. So this has a little bit of aiming to it, but the damage is a big payoff. And it's going to be, you know, once every 29 seconds really, or however much haste you have, which will reduce the Immolation Aura, because it'll only give you one Fel Rush that can do that extra damage. Then you have Glaive Tempest that gives you quite a bit of damage every 19 seconds. So like, I would say a little bit less of a cooldown for Unbound Chaos, maybe even close to like half off. Not quite half off, but pretty close there. It gives you quite a bit of burst as long as enemies stay. But if the aim is always moving and you don't need the big burst, you can go for Trail of Ruin for more sustained damage. So this is cool. All of this is chaos damage too, so all of this will be buffed by mastery. And some of this is affected by haste like this and this, but not really as heavily. And now Fel Barrage can be comboed together with these, so you can have insane AoE. Or if you want to have more single target AoE, you can do Demonic, but still have a choice of AoE. I think this is a really cool combo though, you know? I think this is kind of cool. I know Demon Hunter isn't perfect when it goes into the expansion, and even some of my guildies have been talking about like, well, I don't really know if I want to play Demon Hunter in expansion. I think maybe I want to move on to another class. You know, Demon Hunter looks good, and yes, you're going to need one, but it's like, do you want to play one? You're going to need one anyway, right? You're going to need one in every guild. So then it's a question of like, who would be actually excited to play Demon Hunter? And at least for my guild, enthusiasm from the Demon Hunter players has been lower than average for like, I guess, in comparison to Battle for Azeroth. Most people want to play like a Death Knight or a Mage or a Warlock or Shadow Priest with all the changes classes have gotten. But I think this is good for Demon Hunters to have a little bit more options in terms of talents. I'm always a huge fan of that. So this is a cool change. I like it. I don't really know how good this will be because not Demon Hunter main. But I think this could be really good for Mythic Pluses because Fel Barrage together with all these AoE options like Glaive Tempest could be really good. I might actually need to do a dungeon to see just how much AoE damage they can do because this could be nuts. This could be really, really good. I wonder if there's any other talents like Insatiable Hunger. I'm pretty sure Burning Hatred would be the go-to. But like in the top row, maybe I want to go Blind Fury to increase my AoE damage even more. It makes me wonder like, what else could you do on a DH? And this is without even any of the legendaries. So I don't have any of the Legos. So I can imagine with certain Legos and certain combos, this could be extremely strong. But that's going to be my video on Demon Hunters. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I do hope you guys enjoyed. So with this update, we had Furious Gaze and Revel in Pain getting added to the tank spec of Demon Hunter, while Furious Gaze given to the DPS Havoc spec of Demon Hunter. Fel Barrage replacing Nemesis is an interesting choice. And honestly, I'm kind of huge fan of Glaive Tempest. As long as the tanks won't be moving it out, bosses out of my Glaive Tempest, then I think I'll be pretty happy. So I think this could be a really interesting combo. If you guys want to see me run Demon Hunter with some legendaries inside of Mythic Pluses to show you like some of the bursts that it can do, I think it would be really strong, especially since Demon Hunter is part of the Venthyr Covenant, which looks so far to be one of the stronger covenants for Demon Hunters. So hopefully Blizzard will do some balancing so that other covenants look more appealing if you're going to be playing your Demon Hunter in the next expansion. This seems like a pretty cool change, and I think the AoE damage Demon Hunters potentially could have out of this could be massive. But you guys let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see all of you in another video.